Hey there, Alberta. Great to see you again. How was the first batch of questions on Class 7 Knowledge Practice Test? So, you wanted to try the second batch of questions? Alberta Registry Hub got you covered. Make sure you also check out the third batch of Class 7 Knowledge Practice Test. Have your pen and paper ready? Let's get started. Topic 4. Safe Driving Practices. 1. What is the recommended minimum following distance in ideal driving conditions? A. 1 second. B. 2 seconds. C. 3 seconds. D. 4 seconds. Correct answer, B. Maintain at least a 2-second gap to allow for safe braking and reaction time. 2. What should you do before changing lanes? A. Signal and go. B. Shoulder check only. C. Signal, check mirrors, and shoulder check. D. Just honk and switch. Correct answer, C. Always signal, check mirrors, and shoulder check before changing lanes. 3. When driving in fog, you should use A. High beam headlights. B. Hazard lights. C. Low beam headlights. D. Parking lights only. Correct answer, C. Low beams prevent glare and give you better visibility in fog. 4. What is a common cause of rear-end collisions? A. Driving too slowly. B. Turning without signaling. C. Following too closely. D. Using hazard lights improperly. Correct answer, C. Tailgating reduces your ability to react in time and often causes rear-end crashes. 5. What should you do if your vehicle begins to skid? A. Brake hard. B. Steer in the direction you want to go. C. Accelerate. D. Turn in the opposite direction. Correct answer, B. Regain control by gently steering in the direction you want to go. Don't overcorrect. 6. What's the best way to stay alert on long drives? A. Drink soda. B. Open windows. C. Take breaks every 2 hours. D. Play loud music. Correct answer, C. Fatigue impairs reaction time. Stop for rest every 2 hours or switch drivers if possible. Number 7. If you're being tailgated, you should A. Brake check the driver. B. Speed up. C. Move to another lane when safe. D. Stop suddenly. Correct answer, C. Avoid conflict, change lanes, and let the aggressive driver pass. 8. When should you use your hazard lights? A. When speeding. B. When driving at night. C. When stopped due to emergency or breakdown. D. When you miss a turn. Correct answer, C. Hazard lights warn other drivers that your vehicle is stopped or slow moving due to an issue. 9. How can you prevent hydroplaning? A. Drive faster in rain. B. Use cruise control. C. Maintain good tire tread and slow down. D. Drive close to other vehicles. Correct answer, C. Slow speeds and properly inflated tires help prevent hydroplaning on wet roads. 10. What is the first thing to do before starting your vehicle? A. Turn on the radio. B. Release the handbrake. C. Check mirrors, seat, and seatbelt. D. Shift into gear. Correct answer, C. Before driving, ensure your seating position is safe, mirrors are adjusted, and your seatbelt is secure. 11. What should you do if your brakes fail while driving? A. Accelerate to gain control. B. Pump the brakes, downshift, and use the handbrake. C. Turn off the engine. D. Immediately exit the vehicle. Correct answer, B. If your brakes fail, pump them to build pressure, shift into a lower gear, and apply the parking brake gradually. 12. What should you do if your tire blows out while driving? A. Brake hard. B. Turn sharply. C. Steer firmly and ease off the gas. D. Speed up to maintain control. Correct answer, C. Grip the wheel firmly, ease off the accelerator, and steer smoothly to a stop. 13. When driving through water, you should A. Drive fast to splash through. B. Brake hard. C. Drive slowly and steadily. D. Use cruise control. Correct answer, C. Slow and steady movement helps prevent engine flooding and hydroplaning. 14. When should you dim your high beam headlights? A. When driving at night. B. When driving over 80 km/h. C. When within 300 meters of another vehicle. D. During daylight hours. Correct answer, C. Alberta law requires you to dim high beams within 300 meters of approaching traffic or when following another vehicle. 15. What's the safest way to reverse a vehicle? A. Use mirrors only. B. Look over your shoulder and back slowly. C. Rely on your rear camera. D. Open your door and look back. Correct answer, B. Always turn and look out the rear window while backing up. 16. What's the best way to check blind spots? A. Adjust mirrors. B. Use rearview mirror. C. Perform a shoulder check. D. Use your horn. Correct answer, C. A quick shoulder check covers areas not visible in your mirrors. 17. When should you avoid using cruise control? A. On dry highways. B. During long-distance travel. C. On wet, icy, or winding roads. D. During sunny weather. Correct answer, C. Never use cruise control on slippery or unpredictable road conditions. 18. What does it mean if your ABS, anti-lock braking system, activates? A. Your brakes are failing. B. You need to pump the brakes. C. The system is helping you brake without skidding. D. The vehicle is accelerating. Correct answer, C. ABS helps you maintain steering control during hard braking. 19. How should you handle driving beside large trucks? A. Stay in their blind spot. B. Pass quickly and stay out of their blind zones. C. Honk until they move. D. Follow closely. Correct answer, B. Stay visible. Large trucks have large blind spots. Pass promptly and avoid lingering beside them. 20. What is the safest position to place your hands on the steering wheel? A. 10 and 2. B. 12 and 6. C. 9 and 3. D. 8 and 4. Correct answer, C. The 9 and 3 hand position gives maximum control and is recommended for airbag-equipped vehicles. Topic 5. Hazard awareness and collision avoidance. 1. What should you do if you see wildlife near the road? A. Speed up to pass quickly. B. Honk to scare it off. C. Slow down and be prepared to stop. D. Swerve away sharply. Correct answer, C. Wildlife may dart into the road unexpectedly. Slowing down improves reaction time and reduces risk. 2. When should you use your horn? A. To greet other drivers. B. To signal annoyance. C. To avoid a collision. D. When passing a pedestrian. Correct answer, C. The horn is a warning tool used only when necessary to avoid danger. 3. What is the safest way to deal with black ice? A. Brake hard and steer away. B. Accelerate through it. C. Drive smoothly and avoid sudden moves. D. Turn off your engine. Correct answer, C. Abrupt moves can cause skidding. Gentle steering and speed help keep control on black ice. 4. What should you do if your vehicle starts hydroplaning? A. Brake hard. B. Accelerate to gain control. C. Ease off the gas and steer straight. D. Turn the wheel quickly. Correct answer, C. Take your foot off the accelerator and steer straight. Sudden moves will worsen the skid. 5. What's a key strategy for avoiding collisions? A. Speeding through intersections. B. Driving close to others. C. Defensive driving in anticipation. D. Assuming others will stop. Correct answer, C. Defensive driving helps you anticipate and react to potential hazards. Number 6. When approaching a construction zone with workers present, you should A. Maintain normal speed. B. Honk and pass quickly. C. Slow down and follow posted signs. D. Use hazard lights. Correct answer, C. Construction zones require reduced speed and extra caution for worker safety. Number 7. If you experience a tire blowout, you should A. Brake suddenly. B. Steer firmly and gradually slow down. C. Turn sharply. D. Shift into neutral immediately. Correct answer, B. Hold the wheel firmly, release the gas, and slow down gradually to avoid losing control. Number 8. Why should you avoid sudden lane changes in heavy traffic? A. It helps you skip traffic. B. It's legal in all zones. C. It can cause confusion or collisions. D. It increases your visibility. Correct answer, C. Abrupt moves increase the risk of side swipes or rear-end collisions. 9. What is the first thing to do if your brakes fail? A. Shift to neutral. B. Pump the brakes. C. Pull the parking brake quickly. D. Turn off the car. Correct answer, B. Pumping may restore brake pressure, then use lower gears and parking brake if needed. 10. What's the biggest hazard when driving behind a large truck? A. Increased fuel consumption. B. Less wind resistance. C. Large blind spots. D. It drives slowly. Correct answer, C. Large vehicles have wide blind spots, especially directly behind and beside them. 11. If your accelerator sticks, you should A. Pump the brake and hold it. B. Turn off the ignition while driving. C. Shift into neutral and steer safely. D. Accelerate harder. Correct answer, C. Shift to neutral, steer off the road safely, and stop the vehicle. 12. In a skid, what's the first action to take? A. Slam on the brakes. B. Oversteer to the opposite side. C. Steer in the direction you want to go. D. Honk continuously. Correct answer, C. Always steer gently in the direction you want the vehicle to travel. 13. How can you reduce the risk of a collision in poor weather? A. Speed up to get out of the storm. B. Use high beams in fog. C. Slow down and increase following distance. D. Drive with windows down. Correct answer, C. Reduce speed and extra space give more time to react on slippery roads. 14. When driving through standing water, you should A. Drive fast to create waves. B. Use cruise control. C. Drive slowly and steadily. D. Stop immediately. Correct answer, C. Slow and steady prevents hydroplaning or water intake in the engine. 15. If a vehicle is drifting into your lane, what should you do? A. Speed up to pass. B. Honk and swerve. C. Stay calm, reduce speed, and move away safely. D. Brake suddenly and stop. Correct answer, C. Controlled movement and slowing down help avoid sudden collision reactions. 16. What is one major risk of distracted driving? A. Reduce noise. B. Increase speed. C. Delayed reaction times. D. Better multitasking. Correct answer, C. Distractions delay your ability to notice and respond to hazards in time. 17. What should you do if your headlights fail at night? A. Speed up to find light. B. Stop immediately. C. Use hazard lights and steer off the road. D. Flash your high beam. Correct answer, C. Safely exit traffic using hazard lights and get your lights checked. 18. What should you watch for in rural areas at night? A. Bright street lights. B. Wildlife crossing unexpectedly. C. Roadside shops. D. Stop signs with flashing lights. Correct answer, B. Deer and other animals may cross without warning in rural zones. 19. When should you check your mirrors for hazard awareness? A. Only before reversing. B. Every 30 seconds. C. Regularly and before lane changes or slowing down. D. When stopped. Correct answer, C. Mirror checks give you awareness of vehicles around you and help you spot dangers early. 20. Why is driving tired a major hazard? A. You save fuel. B. You become more aggressive. C. It reduces your reaction time like alcohol. D. It makes you brake more often. Correct answer, C. Fatigue impairs alertness, judgment, and reaction time similar to alcohol. Topic 6. Alcohol, Drugs, and Driving, 2025 edition. 1. What is the legal blood alcohol concentration limit for fully licensed drivers in Alberta? A. 0.00%. B. 0.05%. C. 0.08%. D. 0.10%. Correct answer, C. The legal limit is 0.08%, but drivers may still face penalties starting at 0.05% BAC. 2. What is the blood alcohol concentration limit for GDL drivers in Alberta? A. 0.08%. B. 0.05%. C. 0.00%. D. 0.02%. Correct answer, C. Alberta has a strict zero-tolerance policy for GDL drivers regarding alcohol. 3. What can happen if you are caught driving with a blood alcohol concentration between 0.05% and 0.079%? A. Nothing. B. Warning only. C. License suspension and fines. D. Free legal advice. Correct answer, C. You may face immediate suspension, vehicle seizure, and monetary penalties. 4. Cannabis can impair driving by A. Improving vision. B. Reducing reaction time. C. Boosting attention. D. Eliminating fatigue. Correct answer, B. Cannabis affects coordination, perception, and reaction time, increasing risk behind the wheel. Number 5. If a police officer suspects you are impaired, they may A. Ask you to go home. B. Allow you to call a friend. C. Request a breath or saliva sample. D. Give you a warning and let you drive. Correct answer, C. Law enforcement can request a roadside screening test without needing probable cause. 6. Driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol can result in A. A warning. B. Roadside tutoring. C. Criminal charges and license suspension. D. A free pass if under 21. Correct answer, C. DUI is a criminal offense and leads to serious penalties. 7. What is the penalty for refusing to provide a breath sample when asked by police? A. None. B. Small fine. C. Same as being convicted of impaired driving. D. License downgrade. Correct answer, C. Refusing a breath sample results in the same consequences as failing one. 8. What type of substances can impair your ability to drive? A. Only alcohol. B. Only illegal drugs. C. Alcohol, cannabis, and some medications. D. Vitamins and water. Correct answer, C. Both legal and illegal substances can impair driving ability. 9. What does zero tolerance mean for GDL drivers? A. Minor fines for alcohol use. B. Immediate suspension for any alcohol or drug use. C. Education session. D. License upgrade. Correct answer, B. GDL drivers must maintain a 0.00% blood alcohol concentration and be completely drug-free while driving. 10. Can you be charged with impaired driving even if your blood alcohol concentration is below 0.08%? A. No, it's legal under 0.08%. B. Only if involved in a crash. C. Yes, if you're unfit to drive. D. Only if reported. Correct answer, C. If you're impaired even below 0.08%, you can still be charged if unfit to drive. 11. What is one effect of mixing alcohol and cannabis before driving? A. Neutralizes impairment. B. Reduces sleepiness. C. Greatly increases impairment. D. Speeds up reaction time. Correct answer, C. Combining substances multiplies their effects and significantly increases impairment. 12. After drinking alcohol, what's the only way to become sober? A. Coffee. B. C. Old shower. C. Time. D. Fresh air. Correct answer, C. Time is the only way to lower blood alcohol concentration. 13. How long does cannabis stay in your system and affect your ability to drive? A. 1 hour. B. 3 hours. C. Up to 24 hours or longer. D. 5 minutes. Correct answer, C. Cannabis can impair driving for over 24 hours depending on usage and individual factors. 14. What must a driver do if involved in a collision and suspected of impairment? A. Leave the scene. B. Request a lawyer first. C. Remain at the scene and comply with testing. D. Refuse all testing. Correct answer, C. Refusal can result in criminal charges. Cooperation is required by law. 15. What happens to insurance if you're convicted of impaired driving? A. DI count for honesty. B. No change. C. It increases significantly. D. Government subsidy. Correct answer, C. Impaired driving convictions result in significantly higher premiums or policy cancellation. 16. What are roadside suspension consequences for a novice driver impaired by alcohol? A. Verbal warning. B. Vehicle confiscation and 30-day suspension. C. Driving course referral only. D. Nothing. Correct answer, B. GDL drivers face immediate suspensions, vehicle seizure, and license penalties. 17. If you are taking prescription medication, what should you do before driving? A. Always drive anyway. B. Read labels and consult your doctor. C. Take more for safety. D. Ignore the side effects. Correct answer, B. Some medications cause drowsiness or dizziness and may impair driving. 18. What is the immediate consequence of failing a roadside sobriety test? A. Bonus points. B. Graduation to full license. C. License suspension. D. Free warning. Correct answer, C. Immediate suspension and vehicle impoundment often follow a failed roadside test. 19. Why is cannabis-impaired driving dangerous, even at low doses? A. It's only risky at high doses. B. It increases concentration. C. It slows reaction time and decision-making. D. It's legal, so it's safe. Correct answer, C. Even small doses can impair judgment, coordination, and reaction time. 20. Can a driver be criminally charged for driving under the influence of prescribed medication? A. No, prescriptions are legal. B. Only if expired. C. Yes, if the medication impairs driving. D. Only if not Canadian. Correct answer, C. Legal drugs that impair driving can still lead to criminal charges. That is the end of the second part of the 2025 Class 7 Practice Knowledge Test. How did you do? Up next is the third and final part for this series. Next practice knowledge test will be for Class 1, 2, 3, and 4, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed this practice test, give it a thumbs up and share it to your family or friends. Subscribe and be informed of the next videos. Thanks for watching.